Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty. Let's talk about this college scandal thing.
For business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Wednesday.
Okay, so this has been out for several weeks now. There's so much that I can say, and there's a lot that has already been said, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. Okay, at first, it was like I saw Lori Loughlin, and I remember her because I'm like, oh shoot, I'm Becky. I used to watch that show back in the day. And then I was like, wrong person. That was actually Aunt Rachel. But yeah, I used to watch Full House too. Like, there was not really much on TV back in the day. But yeah, Aunt Becky. Okay, so my thoughts on this thing. This is how I have felt for many years with regards to college as a whole. And when I say college, I'm primarily talking about the big time universities, four-year, institutions where the tuition continuously goes up. It costs so much money to get an education. And so many people find themselves in tons of college debt, and they're not even getting careers or jobs, shall we say, in the industry that they went to college for, because one, it's either something that they didn't really have a true interest in. Two, it's not really something that's conducive to the amount of money that they really need to make in order to even pay their bills. For example, I'm trying to think of something. What's one of those degrees that you would hear going to school for, and then it's like nothing that they can really get a viable career in? You know what I'm talking about. I'm lost for words at the moment with regards to the name of one of those degree programs. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that is not besides the point, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, going to college, institutions cost so much money. You're burdened in tuition debt, and the interest is like off the freaking charts. For example, my husband, he went to college, 4-year college, has a bachelor's degree in something. I can't really remember what his degree is in, but I know it's in regards to business. And then he's also a military vet. He had the VA, so he got part of his tuition paid for. It wasn't complete, free college, but some of it was paid for by the VA, and some of it was loans and maybe a few Pell Grants. Well, he graduates from college. He's got all of this student loan debt, and then his first job offer out of this 4-year institution was, I don't know, making like in the low 20,000s. And with, we're talking about after the fact of having the VA and the Pell Grants. At this point, the college loan debt is like over 40,000, but when you add in all of the interest and all of those different things that are added into it, he owes close to $80,000, and it's ridiculous. So it just doesn't really make any sense with regards to going to a 4-year institution and paying all of this money. And they paid all of this money. I think one person paid over $500,000, another person paid close to $1 million, and then of course there's some other people that we don't really know about. They're just really focusing on the media, shall say, is focusing more on Felicity Huffman, who I don't even know who she is because I don't watch anything that she's on or has been on. and Lori Loughlin and their spouses, because they're famous people. You can bet your bottom dollar, and we're talking about money, that there are people who are not famous who've been doing the same thing for their children. But I just feel like it's ridiculous. If you're going to pay all of this money just for the sake of having your child go to a four-year institution and they're going to this prestigious college, I mean, you could have invested that money into a business and have your children be way more successful than any degree that they would have gotten from that four-year institution would have given them for all of that money. I'm just saying, unless they were going to be going to college because they wanted to be some top surgeon or, top attorney, those types of things you have to, unfortunately, not only go to a four-year institution, but there's tons of college that you have to go to even after that. And yeah, for those practices and those fields, you have to do that. And I get it, because no, I don't want to go to a doctor that went to college online or went to, the junior college, or, went to some Saturday classes. Let's just be honest. But I'm not sure if it was just they felt like they needed their children to have this prestige of being involved in this college, this university, and wanted to have their names tagged to that. But from what I understand, Lori Loughlin's daughter was doing huge things on YouTube and with Sephora, I believe, and some other things as well. And because of the stain that this has put on a whole situation, it's causing major effects on her daughter. So it's come around to backfire. And I just honestly feel that life has a way of doing that. Karma is real, and you do reap what you sow. I've always stated that. You can go back to some of my older videos and see where I talk about that a lot. I do believe in sowing and reaping, and you reap what you sow. But getting off of that, it is crazy to me that all of this money has been paid just for having the prestige of having their children go to these four-year institutions. And it's like, what would they really had to show for it if they didn't get caught? It's on record that Lori Loughlin's daughter was saying she really didn't want to go to college. She just wanted the experience of being in a college, going to the parties. Like, you didn't really have to go to college for that. You could have just gone to the parties and be one of the guests at the parties, I'm thinking. I don't know. I didn't live that life, so I'm not really sure. But I'm just assuming. I don't think everybody who's at those college parties actually go to the college, or it may not even really be in college. So it is insane. But I'm not naive, and I know that we live in a world where people pay to play, and that appears that's what's happened in this situation. But in this situation, paying to play is a criminal offense, and I don't believe that just because they have a life of privilege that they should be above what somebody else would get in trouble for. Now, do I think they're going to really serve any real jail time for it? I highly doubt it. But I am just like in shock about it, like most other people are. And it's a thing that most people like myself and other people would never even dream of doing, paying all of this money to get your child into a school when most people can't even afford to pay the freaking tuitions for their children to even go to college. So I know my parents couldn't pay for me to go to school, and I didn't even go to a four-year college. I did attempt, though. I did try, and I realized that this was not for me. I made 2 attempts to go to four-year college, signed up for classes, and I was like, what am I doing? This is not what I want to do. I don't really know what I want to do yet, and this was years ago. But I know that this is not what I want. So I said, screw this. I'm not doing this. Just because my husband went to college for 4 years, I didn't think that it was for me. I knew that it was going to be something different for me. And lo and behold, here I am many years later. I'm a business woman. I'm an entrepreneur. And I did not have to go to a four-year institution in order to have that happen. So I'm glad that I didn't do that, and I'm glad that I did listen to myself. But I do have some, student loan debt because I didn't not go to school. I went to a 2-year institution a few times for a couple of different things, and I didn't even have the money for that. Not saying that that was cheap, but it definitely wasn't as expensive as it is to go to a 4-year institution. So even I had to get some student loans, and I'm still paying on those also. So yeah, my parents couldn't pay for me to go to school. So that's my point. Just because they have the privilege and they were able to pay to play, I don't believe that it negates them the responsibilities and the outcomes of doing something that's criminal. That's just my opinion on it. So let me know in the comment section what you think about it. I would love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, you learn something new every day. And whoever thought you would see Aunt Becky being arrested for anything, let alone something like this. So thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next video. Have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.
Thank you for liking this video, subscribing, and commenting below with a thumbs up if this video helped you. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments for me. I look forward to answering them for you. And until next time, I hope you have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.